Hi, I'm Chef Beth, and this is Nutrition in the Kitchen. We've been talking about starting a 3-part feeding framework. In our last 2 episodes, we discussed the first part, which is starting feeding jobs, and the second part, which is creating a smart schedule. Today, we'll wrap up with the last part of the feeding framework, and this is called table training. There are 3 components to table training, so let's get started. The first component makes sense, it's the table. Come to the table for meals. Snacks can be more flexible, but really try to serve all meals at the table most of the time. Now, table even can be flexible. I just met with a family who actually had to turn their dining room into a home office. And they did have a coffee table, but everyone was eating everywhere. The child was in the high chair, the parents were eating whenever they could. So I said, well, you have a coffee table, make that your table. You can adjust the height. You can bring a small chair for the child. The important thing, it's not the table, it's just being together in the same place. It doesn't have to be a traditional dining room table. So you can really be creative and flexible if you need to be. In addition, at least once a day, the family should be sitting together at the table, wherever that table might be, sitting together for a meal. When I say family, the word family is flexible. It may mean one parent and one child. It could be a grandparent with the child. It could be 2 parents with multiple children. That doesn't matter. Whoever from the family is home at the time. So the second component is really important, and this is radio silence at dinner. Turn your phone to silent. Not even to vibrate, but to silent. Turn the television off. Put the tablets in another room. Having a no electronics policy at meals helps children eat better. It really improves communication, conversation, and the total meal experience. The third component is to be present and pleasant at the meal. Being present not only means being there physically, but also being mentally present to talk to your family. Being pleasant is even more important. If mealtime is miserable at your table, changes need to be made. Sometimes meals are not pleasant because the child is complaining, unhappy about what is served, or the parent is unhappy that they cooked this wonderful meal and the child is rejecting it. For this, go back to feeding job number 1. As a parent, your job is to provide the food. Then the child is in charge of their portions and what they eat from what is served. Serve enough variety at the meal so there is something for everyone. For example, you might have one starch or grain option, a protein item, a fruit and a vegetable. So a few really easy examples at breakfast. You could have French toast and some sliced berries. That's a great combination. You might have spaghetti and turkey meatballs, a salad, and some grapes. That's really easy. It doesn't have to be complicated, but if you do offer a few items of different nutritional quality, a grain, a protein, then the child can choose what they want, and it eliminates a battleground. Often, meals are unpleasant because the parent is unhappy with an amount the child is eating or not eating. Perhaps they think the child is eating too big of a portion, or perhaps they worry the child isn't eating enough and they're going to be hungry. Again, go back to feeding job number 1. Once the parent puts that meal on the table, your job is done and the child is in charge of their amounts. Remember, you don't need to micromanage the amounts your child is eating. Focus on providing great food instead. Bring the meals back to the table, turn the electronics off, and be present and pleasant while you are there. I guarantee meals will be much more enjoyable for everyone. I'm Chef Beth. See you next time on Nutrition in the Kitchen.